ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददान्ति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं राधाकृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता शिविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय बुद्रे श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि ओम तत्सत्। So I'll share the screen. Hare Krishna. So chapter 18, which verse?
64, Prabhuji.
64.
Right, no?
Hare Krishna. So last was 63. What was that? Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do, because Krishna is not compelling us. Krishna is giving us option. I have given you whatever I have to tell you. As per my opinion, that is the best. But now it's up to you to take or reject it. So he has given us freedom. So from this, understand that we all have a certain degree of freedom. What to do, what not to do, it is in our hands. Krishna will not compel us. If he compels us, there is no freedom. Okay, so only for human being the freedom is allowed, but not to any other species of lives. So Krishna wants Arjuna to exercise his freedom and do the right thing. The freedom is not to misuse. The freedom is not to misuse. If you misuse the freedom, what will happen? That's also given. That Maya will catch us. Maya is ready to catch us. The moment we misuse of freedom and whimsically act, Maya is there. Now, if we are facing towards Krishna, we are in light. We are in knowledge. We turn our face from Krishna, we are in Maya. We are in ignorance. So this is what Krishna wants to tell all of us. So number 64, Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 64. Sarva guhyatamam bhuya shunu me paramam vacha ishtosi me dridam iti tato vakshami te hitam. Parak Prabhu and Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dana Pranam.
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूय शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टो असि मे दृढम् इति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
Translation, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Here is this from me, for it is for your benefit.
Very good. Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit. Usually, even in the material world, when we have some close friends or relatives, and when we have a very good connection with them, we are their well-wisher. What do? We also give advice, isn't it? I am telling you, this is for your good. Please do like that. Okay. Here, what makes Krishna tell this very confidential knowledge to Arjuna is because he's telling that you are my dear friend. We don't give such instruction to any person and every person. There are people, we meet n number of people every day. Every day when we are going to office, we may meet so many people. On the way, we meet so many people. But do we give instructions to them? No, we don't. So just because he has this qualification of being his close friend, that's why he is giving this sanction, because that will automatically become good for him. So that's the reason that he is giving this most confidential knowledge. So Shrunu, here, it's not that he is just for time pass they are talking. To listen, please listen to me carefully, Shrunu. So hear this from me, for it is for your benefit. So everyone, when they are very, close friends, thick friends, they want each other's benefit. So that's why they give instructions. Especially when the person is on the other side, higher side, authority, okay, and senior, we have to listen from such devotees. So Lord has given Arjuna knowledge that is confidential, knowledge of Brahman, and still more confidential knowledge of the super soul within everyone's heart. And now he is giving the most confidential part of the knowledge. Just surrender under the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Lord Krishna has given different types of knowledge, starting from Brahman to Paramatma to Bhagavan. Okay, so these are all knowledge. It's not that Brahman is, not knowledge. Brahman is also knowledge. Super soul is also knowledge. But Bhagavan is the ultimate knowledge. That is the most confidential knowledge. So at the end of 9th chapter, he said, Man mana, just always think of me. Same instruction is repeated here to stress the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the only verse that is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita, one in 9th and the other one in the last chapter, that is 18. Manmana bhav bhakto madhyajemam namaskuru. So this 4 instruction basically he has repeated twice, one in 9, other one in 18. So here, so when he says Manmana, you always think of me. No, he is not telling you think of the Brahman or Paramatma. Think of me. He is addressing to himself as the Supreme Lord Bhagavan. Okay, worship me. Okay. We cannot worship something abstract, isn't it? Something which is vague. So we have to worship a person only. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, pay obeisances unto me. Okay. The same instruction is repeated here to stress the essence of teachings of Bhagavad Gita. This essence is not understood by a common man, but by one who is actually very dear to Krishna. So for general mass may not understand this. So this can be understood only by a pure devotee, because only a pure devotee knows the greatness of Lord Krishna as Bhagavan. A pure devotee of Krishna. This is most important instruction in all Vedic literature. What Krishna is saying in this connection is the most essential part of knowledge, and it should be carried out not only by Arjuna but by all living entities. So this knowledge that Lord Krishna has given to Arjuna is not just for him, but for people in general. Only thing that Krishna is using Arjuna as a via medium, an instrument to impart this confidential knowledge to all of us. So any comments? Or any other further points?
Very good, Prabhu.
So text 65. Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Shilpa Mataji and Prabhu.
Hare Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Manmana bhava bhakto madhyaji namaskuru mame veshasi satyam te pratijane priyatosi me.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam.
Dandavat pranam.
Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
Very good. So always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So this is the most confidential knowledge that Arjuna is being given by Lord Krishna. Always think of me. So how can we think 24 hours of Krishna? Is it possible? How is it possible? Because we have got so many other work. We have to go to office, we have to take care of the household chores, we have to prepare, bhoga, we have to send our children to school. So many others. So in the midst of these activities, how can we think of Lord Krishna 24 hours? How is it possible? Yes, can devotees share how it is possible to think of Lord Krishna 24 hours a day? How is it possible? I want contribution from all of you. How we can make it possible? Krishna is telling, always think of me. But we know that it is not easy for us to think 24 hours because we are engaged in many, many material activities every day, from the rising of the sun, till we go to sleep, or from we wake up until we go to sleep. We are engaged in many, many other activities, which we think that is very, very important than remembering Krishna. So how can we think always Krishna 24 hours a day? So every one of you can share different means so that we'll be able to remember him 24 hours. Who wants to start?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Whatever we are doing, we will offer that one to Krishna. When if you are cooking, we are cooking for Krishna, and if I am working, what I am getting, I'll use that one in Krishna service, like that. If we think like, we can think it true.
Very good. So Prabhu is telling whatever we are working, it is for Krishna, and whatever we are getting, that's also offered to Krishna. Like that, we will be able to think of him. So any other points?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna, Dhanapana.
Prabhu, whatever we do as a service to Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Like if you are preparing prasadam, it is for offering to Krishna. If we are sleeping in time so that we can get up in time and do the chanting. If we are going to office, we know that we are in Middle East because of the job, and because of which we are also being able to have a devotee gathering. So in order to achieve that, to have the the association, the power of association, we are going to job. So we dedicate that this job is for Krishna only. So whatever we do, everything we do for Krishna. And this is off late I am trying. Like when I'm walking from one place to another place. So when we walk, we don't do anything. So what I do is that I am a soldier. So when I put left, right, I walk like this. Gauranga, Nityananda. Gauranga, Nityananda. Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Nityananda. Like that, Prabhu. I know. So whatever action, Prabhu. No, in between, if you're going somewhere, in mind you can like chant. Like even I'm telling Prabhu, when I'm like maybe just going to washroom to wash face also, in mind also we'll try to chant. So in whatever occasion, however it is possible, Prabhu, always remember Krishna.
What we tell to the children for study?
What is that? Not clear, Mataji. Little more louder.
What we can tell to children who are students? How can we convey? you are studying for like that, how in Krishna's service how we can use that, Prabhuji? Tell them.
Okay, good.
I don't know the correct answer. Correct.
Prabhu, I don't know. I may be wrong, but I was just suggesting that to be a soldier of Prabhupada, you have to have education. You need to know how to read, write. You need to like teach it to others. You need to follow this. So as a student, they need to learn even the material education so that they can become a part of propagating the spiritual knowledge also.
100%, Prabhuji. That's why even Prabhupada is telling, you all become PhDs. Even materially also you take PhDs, and with that knowledge, teach spiritual knowledge to others, those who are not following. So he's not telling don't learn. In the material world, you have to be equipped because you are a soldier of Prabhupada's army. You have to fight with the Maya. So to fight with the Maya, you should be in the same field. Isn't it? You should be expert in attacking Maya.
Prabhu, 2 days back, I was listening to an audio from Amarendra Prabhu, in which Amarendra Prabhu was saying that it is very important for every studying devotee to be very good in his studies.
Yes.
Because outside world, they may call you that he's not good at studies. इसलिए उसको और कोई काम नहीं आता, he has gone into spiritual knowledge. But you should be perfect in academic knowledge also, like material knowledge, because that is when we can say that हमने वो भी किया, फिर भी हम spirituality कर रहे हैं. It is not that we are not good in education and we are doing only spirituality. Nothing like that, Prabhu. So it's a greater responsibility of being a devotee that you have to perform in every field you touch, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Bol. Yes, well said. Okay, so others?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, to engage ourselves in 24/7 or the maximum time, it's important to have understand the importance of Krishna consciousness, and it can be only happen when we know that our time span is very small, and we have to finish this thing very fast. So if we understand that this is really urgent work and we have to do it to finish it today, then only we can progress more faster, rather than we think we can chant it tomorrow or we can read this book tomorrow. So we have to think it our life is very small, or today is the last day for me in this world. So if we have this attitude, then we can service more better, Prabhuji.
Very good. Yes. Good, Prabhuji. Because every day, we have to think this is the last day. So how much urgency, will show to do our, within this one day, whatever we have to do, we have to finish it. Because tomorrow we don't know, we'll see the sunrise or not. So on that basis, when we take that, we'll take it as very urgent and carry out the responsibilities. Okay, especially a totally materialistic oriented person, when he knows that his days are numbered, usually what does he do? He call all his, relatives, children and wife and all of this. See, I've got so much money here, so much money there. You have to take care of, this elder person take care of the factory, the younger person take care of that, other one, this and that. So he, because he doesn't know whether he will live for next day. So he gives the responsibility to his children, relatives, like that. So here it is, as you rightly said, it's very, very urgent, because we don't know whether we will live to see the sunrise tomorrow morning. So today is the last day for me. So let me do it perfectly. I don't want to procrastinate. So that way, so when we have that consciousness, we'll be able to think of him.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu, I'm coming back again. What Parag Prabhu has said definitely is a brilliant point, Prabhu. I'll tell you what happened day before yesterday, Prabhu. We were coming back from the office, driving at the speed of 140. Suddenly there was a blockage in the main road, and just maybe hardly 25 meters above, there was a very fatal accident, Prabhu. The entire traffic, all lanes was blocked for next 45 minutes. But the person that met with an accident there died on the spot, Prabhu. So that also really triggered inside me that, we always try to feel that, yes, I have a couple of years left. I will live till 70, 80. But really, Prabhu, you brought up a very brilliant point, Prabhu. Urgency is very important, Prabhu. Otherwise, we'll take very casually, Prabhu. I do it a lot of time, Prabhu. That's why I'm telling my case, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hari bol, yes. Yes, other devotees, you want to share something? Okay, so if nothing, then we'll just read it. Always think of me, become my devotee. So what do we do to become his devotee? We become devoted to everyone, anyone and everyone except him. Right? This is the usual tendency that we have seen. We depend upon anyone and everyone, but except Krishna. So how can we solve this problem? Become my devotee. He didn't say become devotee of so and so person. Now there are so many people claiming to be God. You can become devotee of anyone. He did not say become my. Specifically, he says, man mana bhava mad bhakto, my devotee. He never said become devotee of that person, this Mataji, that Mataji, or this light or that light, or concentrate on the lamp, or concentrate on void. No, he did not say that. Become my devotee. So how can we understand that? Others who have not spoken so far, they can contribute. Haribol. So how should we understand this? Become my devotee. Yes, whatever you understand, please.
Prabhuji, when you say we become somebody devotee, means we trust him, we give our all faith and all expectations to him. So here Krishna is saying, you became my devotee, I will fulfill all your requirements and I'll preserve everything.
Okay. Okay, yes. Why is he specifically saying that become my devotee? Why did not keep it open-ended?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Because Krishna only will be able to deliver us from this material world.
Yes, Haribol. That's it, yes. Only Krishna is able to deliver the fallen soul like us from this ocean of material existence. Nobody else. So we have to become his devotee so that we can get delivered from this material existence. Others, if as Lord Krishna very categorically said in the earlier chapters, that if you become devotee of others, what will happen? We'll go to their abodes. And what is the result of going to their abodes? We have to come back again. So don't try to devote this life, this precious life, which we have attained after many millions of lives in different forms. Okay, this human life, don't waste that. Become his devotee. Then he will be able to deliver us from this material existence. If you don't do that, you can surrender to anyone, but then the result is not good. Why? Because we have to come back again and again. So he is stressing the point, become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Because, okay, so that also I can give to somebody. So worship me and offer your homage unto me. Why? Other devotees, please share. Who wants to share? Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Why not anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. If we think about in one way, we can say that whatever we offer to Krishna and however we worship Krishna, with full dedication and full faith, he will be satisfied with that. But other demigods and other gods, they may have certain regulations, like we have to do in such a way, then only they will be pleased. But Krishna is not like that. Whatever we do with bhakti and dedication, Krishna is willing to accept that.
Yes, very good. Any other points?
Prabhuji, so worshipping Krishna is satisfying all the demigods, like pouring water in the roots of the tree and
Yes.
everything will get satisfied.
Very good, yes. Worshipping Lord Krishna includes everybody. Okay, just like as we pour water at the root of the tree, all the branches, flowers, twigs, leaves, everything gets nourished. Just like how we supply food to the stomach, the whole body nourishes. So worship of Lord Krishna and paying obeisances or homage unto Lord Krishna, satisfy all his part and parcel. Okay, because we are all his part and parcels. All the demigods, all the great saintly personalities, all. Now that's why in our altar also, we are not keeping the photos of all the demigods. We are not worshipping individually. It is not possible. So Guru is the representative of all the demigods. He represents. So when we worship Guru, everybody is satisfied. He is a representative. So it is not possible that it is said that 33 crores of demigods are there. We don't know even them. We know hardly few of them, how to satisfy them, because many Ishwaras or gods are there to make our life, the way we are living. They are all instrumental in our day-to-day life, in different activities to get fulfilled. So we cannot thank them. So when we keep and worship through Guru, and especially when we worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all inclusive. So we are not leaving anybody aside, because he is all inclusive. So these 4 points: always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. So in any activity, we have to see the hand of Lord Krishna. Okay, when a person is very intelligent, okay, we appreciate that intelligence in that person. So that intelligence comes from Supreme Lord. So immediately we have to think, oh, he is very intelligent because that intelligence is also Krishna. He is very powerful because that prowess is also Krishna. So whatever good qualities that we are seeing in any person, immediately we should be able to think of Krishna. So this is everything is because of Krishna. Krishna is a gift. He has done some good karma. He has some good karma. So that's why he has that intelligence and prowess and all these different talents. So when we see an intelligent person, talented person, skillful person, we have to immediately relate to Krishna. Okay, because the Lord Krishna is the source of everything. So like that we can think of Krishna, and the moment they see the clouds, dark clouds, the gopis and gopas remember Krishna. Why? Because of the color resemblance, isn't it? Okay, and when good music comes, we have to remember Krishna, because this also comes from Krishna. So like that we should relate everything to Krishna. So slowly and gradually we have to tame our mind to see in every activity, in everything, Krishna's hands. So slowly, it's not that overnight we'll be able to think that. As our Sujay Prabhu rightly said, when we are walking, our mind will be wandering here and there. So instead of wandering here and there, just say Gauranga, Nityananda. That's also remembrance. So initially we have to forcefully dovetail towards these activities, and it will become a practice. That's why Lord Krishna is also telling Mam Anusmaran Yudhyacha. Okay, he's telling to Arjuna, remember me and fight. Okay, Arjuna has to fight, but how he has to fight? Thinking of Krishna. So it is not possible like that, but by practice over a period of time we'll be able to do that. So first we'll have to take little effort, because when we are doing some activity, at the back of the mind, thinking is not that easy because we are totally focused. But as we practice every day, that will become an habit. Okay. So thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. So when the whole day, when we are awake, if you think of Krishna in different ways, automatically while sleeping also will be thinking, because the whole day we are thinking of Krishna. So even while sleeping, we'll think of Krishna. So some people may ask, how we can think of Krishna while sleeping. So this is it. When we are doing or thinking of Krishna the whole day, automatically the mind will also be thinking Krishna. So even when we are dreaming, we'll be dreaming something related to Krishna. That's why before sleeping, we should never see any other mundane, picture or video or anything, or we should not listen, because that will be the subject matter that will be dreaming while sleeping. So if we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharatam, or if we are listening to some discourse related to Krishna, that will be there, on the top surface of our mind. So that will come, when in our sleep, during our dreaming also. So you
Hare
should
Krishna.
arrange. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, one more point I just recall.
Yeah.
Actually, for kids also, when we are teaching, if some of the study part, it is like some miracle thing. Like recently, I was just sitting with his son for one of the chapter, like human body.
Yeah.
So in human body, whatever, there are so many wonders. So we were saying that Lord Krishna has created this so wonderfully, because let's say our brain, like generally we are talking about all memories, or gigabytes, maybe maximum terabyte. The brain memory is 2.5 million gigabytes. So it is so wonderful. He could not imagine that that much data stored. So it is like mercy of Krishna, and how he made actually. So many things. While also study, when we are just going through for the kids study, we find so many things which is absolutely a miracle kind of thing. If we refer in context of our present life, like we are talking about some little memories, but the brain is so powerful having this much memory. Another example also, we were talking about vision also. Now we in camera on these mobiles, we are talking about certain the pixel, but that eyes, or I think 500 or something more than that megapixel. So that one was also he was very excited when he came to know about this. Also, Prabhuji, some of the other point I forget, but like we are eating anything and it is converting into our required energy, and we can do the job. Like we were saying in the car or something, we have to just put petrol. We cannot put diesel, then it will not work. So, but our body is developed such a way that if anything we eat, it is converting and just trying to get energy out of it. Also, Prabhuji, one more example, we were studying in our stomach that it was written that the acid is so concentrated that it can melt blade also, that
Yes.
knife or blade. But I said, why our stomach itself is not melting, even if that acid is so strong. So then we were thinking like how it is protected very, the God or Krishna, Lord Krishna was prepared that there is a lining. Because of that lining, the stomach itself is protected, but anything we eat, it is getting digested because of that juice. So there are so many miracles, things within our body, human body, if we look at it in detail. So I think this is also a very good way when we are interacting with the kids to teach them. I think that is just one point.
Yes, very good. Yes, Prabhuji, you are right. You have rightly said, because we take things as granted. We don't think of these things. This miracle, we want to see the external miracle, which is nothing in front of this. In our own human body, so many activities are being done even without our own knowledge. We don't talk of this. These are all, by it is happening. We don't consider this. So, even as you rightly said, the camera, in the last time when I told you also, there was a robot with 360 cameras fitted on that to just see, to just do the one activity of our eye, one eye. That robot has 360 cameras fitted. Even then, it cannot do the same activity of our 1 or 2 eyes. Just imagine the perfection, the precision of the creation of the Creator. So for all these things, when we take the nature, when we see the nature, see the plants, see the different, animals and aquatics and worms and so many flies and that, how perfect they are being created. We don't talk of them. And we talk of missiles, we talk of, high skyscrapers in this and that. This is all something really wonder. But wonder is within us. We don't consider that wonders. Nice, Prabhuji, very nice points.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, and the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna. The very form with 2 hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other features. Because now people may ask, which form should I meditate upon? For that, Prabhupada is giving, elaborate discussion here. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead, Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi-forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is disclosed to Arjuna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's. So we have to meditate on the original transcendental form of Krishna, which Arjuna is witnessing right in front of him. Okay, there are many other forms. When we have the original form of Krishna, why not original? Why we have to see his expansion? So there is no difference, but still, this is the best one. That is what Krishna, and all the acharyas also put the same point. 66. Okay. Okay. Shilpa Mataji, and you said now? Okay. Okay. Now, Jiveshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna.
Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam sharanam vraja aham to sarva papibhyo mokshayishami mam shujya.
Very good. Translation, Prabhu is there?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Abundant of all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. This is the first sloka that I have highlighted, in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so this, this sloka, struck me so much. So I wanted to highlight this. By hearting is not very easy for me, but still somehow I highlighted. So it's a very wonderful sloka. Okay. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Because in this material world, you will find many, many different paths, many varieties of, religious activities, dharma, so-called dharma. But here Krishna is, cutting all those. Okay. Abandon all varieties of religion because dharma, artha, kama, moksha, purusharthas are there. Okay. And there are, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, karma yoga, Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, this yoga, Ashtanga yoga, so many yogas are there. So what is the best yoga? What is the best religion that we should do? Just surrender unto Krishna. And he promises that he will deliver us from all sinful reactions. Ma suchaha, do not fear. Okay, do not have any second thought or doubt, oh, whether Krishna will be able to deliver me or protect me or relieve from all sinful reactions. Do not have any second thought or doubt on this. He promises to Arjuna, through Arjuna to all of us. Okay, abandon all varieties, especially here when it says that varieties of religion, especially it is pointing to karma, dhyana, jnana, and other such yogas. Okay, so let us see the purport. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion. Knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statuses of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions. For the Lord personally promises to protect that. Different types of knowledge. You don't have to give importance. Of course, when you totally surrender, that will be automatically taken care of. You will not deviate from the right path. Because when you are totally taking shelter of Krishna, Krishna will manage all those things. No specific endeavor is required in the matter of sense control, meditation, detachment, all these things. No specific endeavor is required when we totally surrender to Krishna. So this is what it means. So he takes care of everything. So in the 7th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. Okay, so unless until we are free from the sinful reaction, we cannot take up 100% surrendering process. So when we at least attempt to surrender him, we will clean or we will mitigate all our sinful reactions. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reaction, simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna, he is automatically freed. So that attempt should be there. Simply by the process of surrendering, we are not, we have not become pure, but still our attitude to take shelter 100% on Krishna's lotus feet, if that is there, then definitely everything else is automatically taken care of. So there is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. So that is what is required. We should have unflinching faith in his instructions and surrender unto him. Rest he will take care of. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa. Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshisyati vishwaso gopatritve varanam tatha atma niksheba karpanye shadvidha sharanagati. So this is the sharanagati, taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. What we should do according to the devotional process, anukulasya sankalpa. One should simply accept such religious principle that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order. But if by executing his duty, one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfection stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. So whatever is favorable to take shelter of Krishna, that we should accept. Whatever is unfavorable, that is not taking us toward Krishna, we should just reject it. We should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. We should have that total, confidence that Krishna at all times, he is our well-wisher, he will protect us. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to that. One should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory processes by cultivation of knowledge, meditation, the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. That simple surrender unto Krishna will save him from unnecessarily wasting time. One can thus make all progress at once and be freed from all sinful reactions. So there are so many, as I told us, there are so many processes which Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita. Karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga, so many other yogas. But one should not waste time by endeavoring to do all those yogas. Just if you take shelter of Lord Krishna in devotional service, that includes all other yogas. Bhakti yoga is the culmination of all other yoga. So do that. That is more than enough to free us from all sinful reactions. That is what Lord Krishna says. One should be attracted by the beautiful vision of Krishna. His name is Krishna because he is all attractive. One who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all-powerful, omnipotent vision of Krishna is fortunate. There are different kinds of transcendentalists. Some of them are attached to the impulsive Brahman vision. Some of them are attracted by the super soul feature, etc. But one who is attracted to the personal feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and above all, one who is attracted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Krishna himself, is most perfect transcendentalist. So to the personal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we should get attracted. And other features are inferior. In other words, devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogis, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are all called transcendentalists. But one who is a pure devotee is the best of all. So these are all transcendentalists, whether they are following karma yoga or jnana yoga or dhyana yoga or bhakti yoga. But the best of all is the bhakti yogis, the pure devotee is the best of all. The particular words used here, ma suchaha, don't fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as to how one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna, but such worry is useless. So any further points or comments in this? Haribol? Okay. We'll move to the next one, 67. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na chaushru-save vachyam na chamam yo abhyashuyati. Okay. Bhagavati Mataji and Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha sushrusave vachyam na cha mam yo abhyasuyate.
Translation. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me.
He is further telling, this confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me. Okay, even if this knowledge is right in front of all of us, okay, this can be understood in its right perspective only by devotee. They say it is confidential knowledge. If it is confidential, why it is available publicly? It is there, but they will not understand this. How much ever you try to explain them, if they don't have devotion, if they don't have faith in Lord Krishna, they will not understand. It is open book. It's open book, but they will not get anything out of that. So this can be understood only by pure devotees. So this confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me. Many people who are envious of Lord Krishna. So they will not understand, although it is there right in front of them. It is not that something is locked in, some cupboard or some vault. It is available, publicly available to any one of us, every one of us. So person who have not undergone the austerities of the religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as a historical personality, or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demonic persons who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in a different way, take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business. But anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada is warning us further that we should be very careful from whom we are listening to this. There are so many so-called spiritualists or philosophers or scholars who wants to interpret Bhagavad Gita in their own way, as they think that is right. So we should be very careful from whom we should listen to this. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are sensuous. Even if one is not sensuous but is strictly following the disciplines enjoying the Vedic scripture, if he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even when one poses himself as a devotee of Krishna but is not engaged in Krishna conscious activities, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna because he has explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be told of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna without understanding Krishna from the authority of a pure devotee. One should not try to comment upon Bhagavad Gita. So here Prabhupada is warning all of us not to teach those faithless people. Then how do we, then people may ask, then why we are going and preaching left, right and center? So there are many people who are ignorant. So we can teach them slowly and gradually, but not to faithless, not to atheistic people. So those are totally blasphemous. Those who are envious of Krishna, we should avoid. But those Krishna is telling not to, but still the Acharya is so merciful. They are trying, they are risking, even at the cost of their own life and so many difficulties, they are trying to preach this to anyone and everyone. So only because if they are ignorant, yes, we can teach them. But if they are envious, better avoid such people. So this is what Lord Krishna says, that please avoid those who are envious of me. Text 68. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhaktesha vidhasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam evasyati asamshayah. Ramani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ya idam paramam guhyam matbhakteshva abhidashyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam evasyati asamsayah.
Translation.
Translation Shrinika will read, Prabhu.
Okay. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. So this is the what you call salary that we are getting from Krishna. Okay, when we work 30 days we get salary from the company, right? Similarly, when we explain this supreme secret to the devotees, what benefit do we get? We become pure devotees. Pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. He will go back to his abode and serve him eternally in our original Swarupa. So generally it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed amongst the devotees only. For those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for the devotees only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional service. devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the benefit of trying to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is and explaining as it is to other devotees. We will be able to perform devotional service very nicely, and at the end of this life, we will be going back home, back to Godhead. Okay. So this is the benefit that we get by imbibing the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita and teaching this to others, like-minded people. 69. Nacha tasman manusheshu kasyan me priya krittamaha bhavida nacha me tasmat anya priyo taro bhuvi. Sarvapalak Prabhu and Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
नाचा तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमा भविता नाच मे तस्मात् अन्या प्रियतरो भुवि.
A translation: There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Hare Krishna.
So there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Who is that person? The person who is teaching others this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, teaching the instructions of Bhagavad Gita to others. So he is the most dear to Lord Krishna. There will be no one more dear to those persons who are teaching the instructions of Bhagavad Gita to other like-minded devotees. So all of us who are trying to impart this knowledge in whatever capacity that we can, we're all very dear to Krishna. Adyeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvadam avayo jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasyamiti me matihi. Uttama Bhakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Adyeshyate ya imam dharmam samvadamavayoha jnana yajnena tenaham ishtam syamiti me matihi.
Very good. Translation. Yes, you can. Yeah.
And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attain to the auspicious planet.
No. One second. 70.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
Very good. So Krishna is telling, and I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. Okay. So he is further emphasizing that those who listen this conversation between Arjuna and Lord Krishna worships Lord Krishna by his intelligence. Then 71. Shraddhavan anasuyascha shrunuyadapi yo naraha sopi mukta subhalokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. Sujay Prabhu and Madaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shraddhavananasuyascha shrunuyatapi yo nara sopi mukta shubham lokan prapnuyat punyam karmanam.
Very bold.
And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell.
Very bold. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. Okay. So in the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gitas being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class. And in that class, not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. No, as we explained that there are many ignorant people. They may not understand Krishna's instruction. But why do we keep open class? But they may be ignorant. They are not envious of Krishna. So they have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that attain to the planetary system where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. See, let us take the example of ourselves. Were we devotees before joining Krishna consciousness? Most of them not. Maybe some of them. Isn't it? We were not even reading Bhagavad Gita. We didn't know who Lord Krishna is. I was thinking that Lord Brahma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because it is that Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So Brahma is first. And Brahma, we know that Brahma is a creator, Srishtikarta. So I was under the impression that Brahma is the Supreme Person. Only after coming to Krishna consciousness, we came to know that Brahma is only secondary creator. So we were all ignorant. So unless and until devotees, the senior devotees doesn't keep open class, invite us for such classes, how do we understand this? Isn't it? Right? How many of you were devotees, pure devotees, or not only pure devotees, at least try to understand Krishna as he is before coming to Krishna consciousness? Raise their hands.
Nobody, Prabhu.
Yeah. So if devotees doesn't take the effort of preaching openly, how do we get it? We will not get it. That's the reason, although Krishna prohibits, instructing faithless people. So we have to understand that there are so many people who are ignorant. So we have to invite them. We have to attract them. For that reason, we may hold open class. So whoever are ignorant will get this. Okay. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word punya karmana is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yajna mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devout service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of the pole star or Dhruvaloka, where Dhruva Maharaja is presiding. He is the great devotee of the Lord, and he has a special planet which is called the pole star. So even if we don't become a pure devotee, at least by listening this, great conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, we'll attain some higher planetary system from where we can further, do devotional service or advance spiritually. So we are not in loss. We are, at least we'll get some higher planetary system, where we can further advance in spirituality. So 72. Kachid edat shudam partha Tvaya kagrena chetasa Kachid ajnana sammoha Pranastaste Dhananjaya. Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kaschit edachudam partha tvayekagrena chedasa Kaschit ajnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Hare Krishna.
Translation.
Hare Krishna. One second. Yeah. O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Hare Krishna.
O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusion now dispelled? So after all this, Krishna is asking question to Arjuna. Did you hear it with attention, with attentive mind? And has your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or a fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Okay. So, very bold. Okay, can we finish this today? Haribol, is it getting delayed?
For the next class, Prabhuji. Otherwise, we have to do very fast. Still,
Okay. So we'll stop here. So we'll take one more class. So now, can we do the Damodar Arati in that? So please note, 73 onwards, we have to.
73.
73, yeah. So because another five more are there. Okay. So we can take in next class, Prabhuji. No problem. Okay. So are we ready with the